Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. I want to just pop in and do a quick tag challenge or questionnaire. It basically is just about your end of the year goals. I recently watched Books with Emily post hers, and I thought it would be a nice quick video and maybe get me back into posting a bit more regularly. So without further ado, I present to you my books to read before the end of 2020. So question one is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? I have actually only DNF'd 2 books. Contrary to some of my past videos, I only now realized I forgot to add one of my books to the DNF list, but that was Axios: A Spartan Tale and The Last Sun. I don't think this question implies DNFs, but that was really the only relevant thing I could think of for this question. I don't really plan on picking up either of these by the end of the year. I believe I'm going to go ahead and unhaul The Last Sun, but I am keeping Axios on my shelf for now. I did actually used to do this thing where I would read the first chapter of every new book I got before I would put it on my shelf. I would really like to do that again. Maybe that way I actually probably could have some more interesting titles to bring here. Maybe any of the books that I started that sounded interesting, because that's really how I found a lot of my books last year, was by doing this like first chapter reading thing. But moving on to the second question, we are asked, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I'm not sure why this doesn't just say seasonal book, because I feel like a fall or winter book would answer this question. I don't really have an autumnal book, but perhaps The Diviners counts, because it is a bit of a spooky read and I am reading it for October. But I have been saving a particularly winter title for the chilly season, and that is The Bear and the Nightingale. From what I heard, it's super atmospheric, and I'm looking forward to getting to that, hopefully in November. So the next question, is there a new release you're still waiting for? I feel like the obvious one, of course, is Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson, but I also actually completely forgot that the final book of Rick Riordan's Trials of Apollo series just released. So I did purchase that, but I honestly think those were the 2 main ones I was waiting on for the end of the year. Moving on, we are asked, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? So I actually still need to finish my Newt's Magical Readathon list. I gave myself the rest of the year to take care of this, since it is the final one. For those who don't know, it was a readathon started by Book Roast, and it's like all Harry Potter themed. The books I still need to read and complete are Sorcery of Thorns, From Rufio to Zuko, Bear and the Nightingale, and Six of Crows. I actually completely forgot about Six of Crows, so that would be really nice to finally get to like what I feel like is like a booktube favorite. And we're almost there towards the end, but our next question is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I wouldn't say that there's a book that will both shock me and be my favorite. I'm sure Rhythm of War will be my new favorite, but that wouldn't really be a shock. And if I end up really liking Six of Crows, that probably would shock me. I assume I'll come out of it more of like a meh, but I can't imagine that it will also be my favorite book. Like maybe I'll just end up enjoying it more than I thought I would, but I don't imagine it would be my favorite. And we come to the final question. Have you already started making reading plans for 2021? I most assuredly have not. In November, I'll be attempting NaNoWriMo again, which for those who don't know stand for National Writing Month. It's where you challenge yourself to write 50,000 words. It's actually what I did last year to finally write my first novel, which, hey-o, I published this year. So links in the description if you are interested, but I am hoping to finish my sequel for that book this November, and all that's going to take most of my brain's processing power for sure. With this being my first year on YouTube also, I will get to do all those fun end of the year videos for the first time, but I really need to wrap my head around like how to schedule all of that and recording them and like getting all my thoughts together and things like that. So long story short, I still have a lot I still need to do for this year first. I will say though, I still need to work on my book haul. I didn't buy a lot of books at the beginning of the year, so I never did do a book haul. So they're kind of all stacking up now. But I think that when I do go through those, I'm probably going to set the ones I haven't started or read. I'm going to set those aside, and I would like to continue what I brought up earlier and maybe read the first chapter of all those books first. And hopefully I will continue that into 2021. Also, last year I did try to do a sort of like best and worst of my TBR, where I look at my TBR, and this is again only the books that I actually own, so I'm not purposely searching for a bad book. I already own them and would have gotten to them eventually, but I picked my highest and lowest rated books via Goodreads from that list, and like I kind of like read and compare. I had some like really interesting results, but I never really finished the experiment. I kind of wanted to do it for at least I think 4 months. I think I only completed like 2 of them. I may continue with that into 2021, but with the slumps I've kind of been hitting this year, I feel like I really should just focus on good books, or at least books I know aren't going to be like rated badly, so that there's like a higher chance I won't like them. But that is it for my video. Let me know what some of your goals are for the end of the year and 2021. If you have your own video for this, let me know. Go and link that so I can go check it out. And thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye now.